Hello everybody, my name is Gazooka, and today we're going to be doing something completely different than I would usually do. But in a way still be playing a game. And that is... No, it's gone again. Basically, it is mainly because I was doing the patch video in the first video I did, or the last one you saw, and it was basically saying how the scouts and the hunter, and what I found I fancy doing, because when I was playing with the berserker, I'd played with the scout prior and I noticed that there was a couple things off. It didn't seem quite right, so I just wanted to try out the capabilities and the capacities really of the hunter, the berserker and the scout's cloaking abilities, because there's something I found very odd, and as the title would suggest, it's not super clickbaity. In fact, it's not clickbaity at all, because it's as real as you can get. So I'm just gonna cut straight to the actual main bit, so enjoy it. So as you can see on screen, again, forgive me, as this is like the first time I'm ever really doing this sort of thing, but basically the first class we did was the berserker, and obviously the tests I'm going to be showing first is each class without any perks to increase the cloaking ability, with the lightbender perk, and then with the energy perk, and then at the very end we're going to have a little something different. I say different, really, it's just combining the two. But anyway, so first we've got the berserker, and it took 71 seconds from full charge to empty using just the cloak. Followed by the scout at 56 seconds, which is, well, actually quite a lot less. It's 15 whole seconds less. Now, you would think it'd be, more, because the scout, well, is the scout. It's lighter, it's faster, you'd think that the cloaking would be better, but then you would be completely wrong, because the hunter has got 127 seconds. Now, I can't test the Jungle Hunter 87 because of the fact I have heard that has had some broken stats and it doesn't stick with the normal Hunter. And at time of recording, they've actually removed it from the game. You can't even get to the you can't even equip the mask anymore, because it was all pre-order bonus. You see, it came with the minigun, and then they patched it so that the minigun wasn't there straight away. You had to earn it, and I think it's at like level 67 now, I believe, for the fire team. So anyway, so yeah, the hunter is just miles ahead of both scout and berserker. So then we're going to move on to the lightbender, and I'll obviously leave like a little graph, you'll already see it at this point, as to what is and what isn't. So anyway, so what we're at the moment. So on to the lightbender perk times. So the berserker got a 99 seconds, which gives an 18 seconds difference between having no perks and having the lightbender only. The scout comes in at 93 seconds, which is 39 seconds different from the for the perk with no benefits to it in. And then finally we've got the hunter at 281 seconds. That's a 144 second difference. That's 4 minutes and 41 seconds. That is absolutely just crazy of an increase. And this is why I was making this video, because obviously it just doesn't seem quite right. Like the berserker, okay, he's a big dude, it's probably going to drain a bit more because it's got to cover more area. But then for the scouts, it's like no different. Like if the scout was completely invisible, like you can run around and it's only when you get close to them that they could see you, that would make more sense. They would maybe have a better cloaking ability. But then the hunter, essentially they're all the same. You move, they can see you regardless of distance, but you stand still, you're perfectly invisible. You crouch down, you're perfectly invisible. But for the hunter to have 281 seconds, that is just unreal to me. That is like ridiculous. But anyway, moving on with it. So then the last one we did was we put on the energy pack perk, which gives you a bigger reserve of energy. And for the berserker, it was 83 seconds, which without the perk it gives a 12-second boost, which isn't really useful in any regard. Scout got 65 seconds, which is only a 9-second boost, which again is even worse than the Berserker. And the Hunter, again out on top, got 147 seconds from its original, which is just 20 seconds more, which again is mental. So then, like I say, for those of you that as well that were thinking, well, what happens if you combine them both? Surely it's just like adding the two together, so the 144 seconds and the 20 seconds to give you a bigger number, so 164 seconds, sorry, for the Hunter. You're wrong. Why? Simple. So I did the same tests, same thing, basically just jumped into a private match, had a go at it, and I put both perks onto each class. And for the Berserker, we got 114 seconds total, which is a 43 seconds increase without no perks whatsoever. The Scout got 108 seconds, which is 52 seconds more, which weirdly is there more than the Berserker, so it's weird again, if you catch me drift. And then the Hunter, surprisingly, got 326 seconds. That's 199 seconds from the standard 127. Do you see why I said you don't just add, like for example the Berserker's 18 seconds difference and 12-second difference between the two together? Because it doesn't give you the right answer. It's still off, and this is what I'm getting at. The cloaking in the game for the Predators, it doesn't quite make sense, especially for the Scout, especially for the Hunter, and like for the Berserker on his own, like it makes a bit more sense there. He's a big burly dude, you know, he's got to cover more of his body, you know, he's hiding more, you know, and so on and so forth. But for the Scout, it's a smaller frame, you know, faster to move, yes, but you would think it'd be more efficient than the Hunters, who's like dead in the middle of literally everything. But yes, and that's pretty much it, to be fair. Like in the game, it is literally saying that the big bulky Berserker, you know, the thick-ass Predator, he makes sense for him to have the energy drain either quicker or, you know, something along them lines. But again, like I've said, like the Predators there, the Berserker particularly, having the most gear doesn't make much sense, because again, he's the brawler, he wants to go in, he wants to be seen, he wants to hit the crap out of them, jump out, heal up a bit maybe, and then get back in and smack them again. Whereas the Scout, she wants to stay away, you know what I mean? She wants to stay back, she wants to use the ranged weapons like the bow, the plasma caster, you know, the handheld one as well, and the smart disc and such. You know, she wants to stay as far back as she can, using traps like the bear trap or the motion sensors to find her targets, to find her prey. And then the Hunters like the bang in the middle sort of area, you know, they want to get in, do a bit of damage melee wise, do a couple shots at far distance, use a couple traps here and there, and that's basically it. But the fact that it's not at all like that is kind of disappointing. Like I say, for the Berserker, with all of these, to be fair, the one perk that should always be used is Impenetrable, because of the fact that it does do a nice, I'll have to, like I say, do another video showing that, because of the fact that, you know, but I don't know how to measure that one up, because with the fire team you've got like a number, you know, you've got like 150, and then you get shot once and it takes off like 5, so then it does 5 points of health, you know, takes off 5 points of health, that sort of thing. And I said that twice, I don't know why. But then when it comes down to the Predator, it's just a bar, there's no number, which is a bit disappointing. But at the same time, I guess if you say that bar is 100 for all of them, it's just an armor difference, I guess you could work it out. But again, I'm not one of these YouTube channels that's got the mad mathematical skills that they'll literally bring out algebra and trigonometry and, you know, all these different, you know, measurements and techniques on how to break it down and decide how much armor is on this character, how much is on this one, even though you don't see any numbers, you can work them out, kind of thing. And again, I'm not that smart. I'm clever, but I'm not that smart. But no, so then, like I say, so it's just a bit of one of them, like, they should look into this because of the fact, I'm not saying the Predators are underpowered. The Scout definitely is. The Scout is definitely seen as more of the challenging class, in my opinion, because of the fact that low health, low armor, low gear, high movement speed, and pred core or whatever it's called. But then ultimately, like, they are, you know, pretty weak, and even in the cloaking capability, they are really weak. And it's very disappointing, if I'm completely honest. Like, Ilfronic, I think the company is. Yeah, they made the Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees. Anyway, it's a bit disappointing because these kind of games I have enjoyed. Evolve was a normal one, another one, and I used to play that on the Xbox, but then they kind of just left Xbox in the dark and carried on PC, and then that eventually died out as well. So thank God. But like I say, I loved that game when it came out because it was just fantastic, playing a big monster, you know, the boss as it were, versus 4 like players and whatnot. But no, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you a little insight on how to build your Predators better, I suppose. I'd probably say for the Berserker, just imagine, you know, you don't need to be cloaked as much, just go in as aggressively as possible. If anything, use the large pack, like I have, or the large pouch, so you've got 3 med kits instead of just 2. And then obviously now with the latest patch, they show you the boars nearby when you do the thermal imaging tracking thing, when you're looking in the vision thing. Lots of things. And so yeah, and like I say, so it's very helpful there, so you can heal up there. And the balls don't run as quickly either, and that's a noticeable thing. I definitely noticed that as of late. But yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's had a little bit of an insight as to building your Predator better. I've just said this, god damn it. It's going in, fuck it. You see what you're gonna get, that's what you're getting. Anyway, so I hope you have a nice day and a nice night, and yeah, I shall see you in the next Predator video. But first, we must pay homage to Prince Vegeta. Remember to like and subscribe. Better yet, I'll have my subordinate teach you a lesson.